Oh. You're on now, James. Can anyone hear me? I've never done this before. Trying to find people to hang out. It's winter time here. I'm in Michigan.
I've been on here for a while.
Oh.
God,
Okay. Hello, can you hear me? You're on now, James.
that's how big of a delay it is.
I've never done this before. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm having a problem. Now can you hear me? Fishman. Okay, cool. It's different doing it live. Who all is in here? I just got the cam today, and I just trying to figure out how to do this stuff. Yeah, I didn't have one. My kid came over today, one of my other sons, and he brought a cam that has a mic built in. I need my tools. Well, thank you. I can. Where are you? And Andrew, I remember. Wow, that's a long ways away. I just watched a show last night with a guy from Australia. Yeah, they're down under. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just wanted to try this live, but kid always wants me to come on his show, but I ain't had a cam to work everything. Yeah, it's quite a trip. What do you do down there in Australia? Yeah, Cole. His name is Derek. He's my son. He's my oldest son. I've seen you. That's where I met you. Was in Cole's. What do you fish? You work or what do you? All I do is metal. That's kind of fish a lot, really a lot. Past tournaments, and I used to fish a real lot into metal detecting in the last 4 or 5 years. But I still like to go fishing. I call it dirt fishing with my detector. I used to fish bass events, BASS. Yeah, that's what I call it. My metal detector is dirt fishing. I had this thing to start. I had to do it like 4 or 5 days. I don't know what I'm doing. What time of the day is it in Australia?
Probably, I don't know about.
You're up early. You're up late, eh? I imagine so. I hear there's a lot of poisonous snakes and spiders down there in Australia. Yeah, I'm in Michigan. There we have just one rattlesnake. That's poisonous at all. Hey, Jane, see? And Moiser boy or Moiser boy. They're South Texas. See, it's different sitting and just talking. Yeah, that'd be something to be detecting down there and see all them different kinds of snakes. High populated area, Andrew, or only have the one rattlesnake here in Michigan. I don't see too many of them. How often do you see them kind of snakes down there, Moiser boy or Moiser boy? I can't pronounce it. Hello, Grant. Hello, kid. Everything's different down under. Do you have some lighting you can put in the room with you? No? The lights are on. Turn the light on. On the other side of my desk. This one over here. Right there. Hey, Crash Bandy K. Hello, Mrs. Nollins. Close the curtain, James.
Close the curtain?
Yeah. Here. I'll get it.
Where's the... Pretty.
That make it any better? Oh, yank your crank. I have no red button. Not mine to come and help me. Still dark in here.
Well, now you know
Go turn the things on the.
what you want me to open that curtain.
Yeah, I'll do it. Lures. Eric must have left. Thank you guys for stopping in anyhow. I can sometimes don't know if you can get. Well, it's not too bad. What's your temperature there today? Weekend starts warming back up. Yeah, I used to fish all the time, but fishing now. I hear they're coming up with some new laws for metal decay. You have to permit now. Oh, you still in here, Yank the Crank? Okay, I'm gonna go grab I'm gonna grab that thing I wanted to show you that I told you I dug up. Oh. You were asking about unusual. Well, let's see. You see this? This is an old meat cleaver that I dug up. I don't know. Can you see it? Here's my light.
I'm always in the way.
There you can see. See it? You asked me about unusual relics. Yeah, this was probably from the early late 1800s. But I just can't imagine someone losing. That's why I kind of like to restore this as good as I could. I haven't cleaned on it too much. I did. Some of them had marking any name or anything on this one. This was a pretty cool find. I'll show you another thing. I got it in the case. This one is patent date from the 1871. I found some pretty past 5 years. I actually, when I was trying to clean you picture to show you what it looked like when I got it, you couldn't hardly tell it was a gun. And when I was using chemicals to clean it off to find out what I destroyed the handles, they were pretty rotted away anyhow. Yeah, I find. I don't know. Can you? A case of some of the rings I've found off the rings. I find a lot of old logging stuff. Pretty hard though, because you can't just go out and dig on the federal land. You can't land, and that's always a challenge. I also help do volunteer work for the state forest archaeologists sites. Well, it's not state, it's federal. Yeah, and all doors is buying. Yeah. Yeah, down there is quite popular metal detecting and down that way. But a lot of people don't like you to go out digging. You can't just go out on the federal government. That's a no-no. Yeah, when I was fishing bass tournaments and stuff, like Kevin Van Dam, he was just starting out. Yeah, that sounds good. That pizza, I can't. Yeah, that would really be cool. Pretty much just never went left Michigan yet. Start going south in the wintertime. I did get out in December, but it froze up here. They were still digging in lower Michigan, but yeah, I've never found a gold nugget. To find. Yeah, that one guy that I was watching that detects down in Australia. I guess there's a gold triangle part of Australia or something where they find a lot of gold or did find gold or something. So you do detect yanker crank? Yeah, they find a lot of stuff in them things. They get too much Civil War stuff up here in northern Michigan. Yeah, that's what I. It's quite a place down there. Yeah, that would be a great place to look if you had a detector. I found some pretty old coins and stuff over the past few years. Yeah, war buckles and stuff, they were worth quite a lot of money if you could find them. Yeah, it's amazing how much lures cost before. I got boxes and boxes full of lures. A lot of that fishing and fires has gotten cheaper as far as I'm concerned. It used to be when I was first started bass fishing and stuff, the electronic portion. We started out with the paper graphs and yeah, I found a lot of fishing stuff related stuff too. Yeah, a lot of them old lures they sell for more now than they did when they were being originally cost. So what made you start with crankbaits? Making crankbaits. Yeah, I used to take lures and I'd call it fine tuning them and make them run a little bit different than what they originally did, and it helped catch fish, especially if it was a hard. You know, all they need is just a little bit different twitch, and it'll make a big difference if they'll bite or not. Most of the strikes you're going to get on crankbaits are reaction strikes to begin with. I used to spend time lure in the sink even. Or line. I don't know if I got it. Here's a they call the man's R. It's a noisemaker crankbait, but they don't make these anymore. And they had this lip on it. This was a really, really good bait. This is plastic, but these were one great bait. The size of it was real hard to get it. Yeah, take care, Crash Bandy K. Yeah, I can just imagine some of the fish you catch down there, Andrew. Hello, Trapper Jay. Well, say something there, young man. You're always multitasking. Yeah, that size, this one on this Webbel we are, was a real hard one to get. F95. Well, this was real hard. I used to call this my meat lure in tournaments. Man, that's a big old fish. 100 pounds. You must use some pretty heavy tackle on that stuff. Yeah, well, these were made, they were plastic bait. And well, that was all new back then when they came out. But now you can't get them. It was just the shape, the size of the shape. And they were a shallow running crankbait. Practice shallow, mid depth, I guess you'd call it. You could find the little bit smaller ones all over the place, but the big fat one was a hard one to get. Yeah, I used to saw on the bills, and I did all kinds of things. Add weight to the back of the lures. Big fish. One thing a lot of these tournament guys, the bass guys, don't do anymore. They'll have two poles with the same bait. It used to be when you catching smallmouth, you get in a school of smallmouth and you start bringing them in. You can grab that pole and set that pole down, and you'll hook another one with the other pole. Never caught any fish that big, Andrew. Them are big fish. Yeah, as long as you don't pull it out of the water, you can hook another one real fast. Yeah, I know a lot about older baits because I'm an older dude. At one time I slept, eat, sleep, and do you guys mostly ocean fish down there, Andrew, or do you have much inland waters, rivers? Yeah, I never studied up too much about Australia they had down there. Just wondering. When I think of Australia, I think of a lot of just like desert. Yeah, the thin fins, I remember them. The silver with the black shad type pattern. Big old baits. I was never too impressed by the thin fins, though, really. Guys, down there in Australia, you got to buy a fishing license to fish, or how do they work that down there? What do you mean by pre-rappella? Oh, lords. Hello, Tin Cup Tin. Thanks for stopping in. Guys that like the metal detector come in. Yeah, that's what we've kind of been talking about, a little bit of everything. This first time I did any kind of live feed or anything like this. I'm all new at this YouTube. Trying to pass these winter days by. It's up here since, well, last I got out was in December. I'm in Northeast Michigan. Do you have water snakes there in Australia? Hey, yank your crank. I don't never flew yet in my life. 63. What state are you in, Tin Cup Tim? Wisconsin. It's not much warmer there than it is here. What about them spiders? Something you got to really be concerned about down there?
And he knows he's not supposed to be in my room. But he still, it's like when he goes in there, he takes off running like a bat out of hell. Because he knows he's not.
Yeah, I haven't got out and did any fishing. Do you live close to the ocean, Andrew, or you away from the ocean? That must be something with all the animals or lakes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I like detecting the beaches. I like detecting just about everywhere. Thanks for stopping, Yank your crank. Yeah, there's some of them here in Michigan, Tin Cup. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, most of the bears around here, they'll hear you before they're off and gone. We hear. The UP. Yeah, I don't got Michigan. Thank. No, I'm down. I'm in northeast corner, lower Michigan. I don't know. You familiar with Michigan? About 200 miles north of Detroit. Yeah, I'm east. I'm almost on Lake Huron. I'm not too far from Taos, Oscoda, Harrisville. They're all along the lake. I'm about 20 miles inland. I'm spring. Hello, Red. R-E-D. I don't know how to pronounce that. R-Ed. I'm live. Okay. Yeah, we're real close to Hubbard Lake. Get a lot of nice smallmouth out of Hubbard Lake. I got a little over a 7-pounder in smallmouth out of Hubbard. They grow on steroids there, I say. More connection unstable. Yeah, I like to use Gets It mainly for that's one of my favorites. or the biggest one I ever got for. Thanks for.
Right.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back out there with my detector. Okay, well, thanks a lot for stopping, Andrew. You're my first person to stop in and see me ever. You do a lot of stuff. Yep, you have a good sleep. I run. What do you run? I'm still trying to figure out how to do all this stuff here. Okay, Andrew, you know, thanks. I was wondering what do you run detectors? Yeah, sometimes the connection ain't the best here. Yeah, I got the I got the 18 gold, and I like that a lot better than the pro. I gold and 18 max. At first, I liked the pro, but once I got used to the 18 gold's far better machine. Bigger letters and stuff. Yeah, I use the max on the ground, and I use water. Okay, son, night. What coil do you use, Tin Cup? I like running the 6x8. Sharpshooter too. Yeah. Well, I 6x8 Garrett coil too. This one now sharpshooter is a little less depth. What's the weirdest relic you ever found? I was showing another guy he wanted to see. I found this meat cleaver one and an old cabin. It's one of the weirdest relics I ever found. I can't figure out. Well, I found her by an old cabin hole, but I just can't imagine someone losing their meat cleaver. Yeah, one this big. You know, that was pretty important to them people back then. I figured it was an old trapper's cabin. I figured maybe he died or something. But to leave his cleaver laying out on the ground is pretty strange. Yeah, we find them around the local sites and stuff. Yeah, they call them, and I don't know how. Some of them pipes are pretty fancy. Yeah, my brother December dug a barber quarter. Yeah, I hope I can make some videos this year of some of the trips. Yeah, then pot pipes, I usually just throw them in the junk. Been trying to meet other metal detectorists here on YouTube. I follow quite a few on here. Just subscribe to you. Your thing. I don't get out too often, but about I sure like to.
I don't.
Yeah, there's other diggers on this internet. Right where I live, there ain't a whole lot of diggers. Yeah, I went to the woods too until the snow got deep. We were up about 19 inches of snow. It's just too hard. My brother goes quite a bit with me. He runs Mine Lab, E-Track, and I got another friend who runs the E-Track that detects with me, but yeah, anywhere there isn't a lot of snow, it's froze. No cover. It just works. I can't swinging in that deep snow. Even under the pines, it's all froze up now. Yeah, I don't like the weight of the track. Equinox lighter, but I haven't had a chance to run one of them. I was watching a video and they were talking about good Garrett mate become a multi-frequency detector. Gaze, thanks for stopping, Tin Cup Time. Nice meeting you.
Oh, I'm pet food. That was something. So pet food doesn't expire for years.
Okay, hopefully I can get it figured out and get set up a little better. This is my first time ever online, so thanks for stopping.
You don't go look on your computer to see the mic. It won't let me quit it.
And it really surprised me.
Hi. Out there. Want to play a game? Boo. I get people. Okay, no, it says 0.
Okay.